What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 10 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Mousillon Immortal Empires campaign.
No.
So as we saw last time, we have once again attacked, or well, been attacked, but anyway, taken out the forces of the Scourge of Cain, and these snails went to great lengths to do so. Looks like this particular Dark Elven faction is pretty much broken, and we'll do our best to chase them down and destroy them this turn. However, while they may be gone, other problems have reared their trollish heads. Wintertooth, the fourth strongest faction on the map and considerably stronger than ours, and by the looks of the balance of power here with 22 settlements, has declared war on us and is marching towards either, by the looks of it, either Marienburg or Fort Bergbres by the range here. And of course, I mean, we've got problems everywhere. The Dreadfleet are the next strongest faction, also with 22 settlements and strength rank 5, and I believe closing the distance is the Challengers of Khorne, who are strength rank 6. Oh, good lord, all the strongest empires of the world are converging to our position, and they don't like us very much. But hey, nobody likes us very much. That's part of playing the game as undead, and undead claiming the Sword of Cain. I do not realize, while oftentimes avoiding the Sword of Cain, because I mean these are pretty horrific debuffs, and they're gonna get worse. But it is kind of a fun thing to take just to increase the difficulty of a campaign. Even though generally speaking, you take it on your main lord, and the main lord pretty much never needs it, as in the single lord is usually so powerful that it doesn't really add all that much, but it is fun. Anyway, let's see what we have to do this turn. Well, Throg is coming, we've nothing we can do about that, so you are obviously going to proceed to Fort Bergbres. Oh, I just had a thought. Okay, wait, let's do this first. You, sir, are going to have to... oh, wait. Well, we're going to have to divide our attention. Let's get Jesper Lamoureux here and pop you into this army. Oh, I like the look, though. Again, the mix of Bretonnian and vampiric stuff. And you gotta admit, with the sort of, multicolored tabards that the Bretonnian and knightly units wear, they actually look really nice with all of the black combined with that of the vampires. Anyway, you are going to grab Invocation of Nehek, Curse of Undeath, Raise Dead, The Hunger, and we could get one more use out of Raise Dead and reduce the cooldown, or we could cheapen Invocation of Nehek. I'm gonna say cheapen Invocation of Nehek. One more use isn't going to make that much of a big difference. Then what we're going to need to do is get you a Gravedigger Ancillary and use it to raise some dead, namely... we're going to go for all the zombies we can to get in the way of the enemy, and because they're super cheap, and I'm going to say just all 5 skeleton spears for the extra little bit of anti-large. Then, Killian, you're going to do the same thing. Grab a gravedigger. I already have a gravedigger. Fantastic. Alright, you then are going to do the same thing, and I guess we may as well get started on a specialized anti-Throg army, which means lots of anti-large. Let's get... I mean, what can we afford? Let's grab 4 Graveguard with halberds. Let's grab... maybe a couple of Black Knights with lances and barding. They are anti-large. Like so. This puts... oh, wow. We won't have enough for a bunch of other things, will we? Well, we want to finish up with zombies. Okay, unfortunately, I think this means that we're going to have to cancel the expensive... Bordeaux wine market here, which will give us back a decent chunk of change. We should get it back if, well, depending. Honestly, if Throg attacks Marienburg, I don't know if it can easily hold. It does have a pretty solid garrison compared to Fort Bergbres, though, so maybe he'll attack Fort Bergbres because it has like half the strength. I guess we'll see. Oh, and he has a wall full of presumably trolls as well. Great. Great. Anyway, that gave us some money. Okay, so we're fighting trolls, and this is one of those rare situations where we're going to want, just to double check here, yeah, we're going to want to grab a corpse cart with balefire, as well as an unholy load. So now we're just getting a mortis engine as well, like so, and get started on this. All right, that's pretty negative. Indeed it is. And the balefire, thanks to the weakness to fire, will help us out here. Unholy lodestone plus vigor mortis plus the reliquary binding. Yep. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to do our best. We're losing 1,700 per turn. I was wondering whether we could grab a unit of Blood Knights for this guy to sort of have his command squad. Oh! I think she just had a thought. What if we get these guys instead? The Rose and Lances. Black Knights. Is this gonna be too much? We're gonna be down to 2,000 gold loss per turn. Ooh. This may be very close to bankrupting us, or it may not, but they are another unit of Black Knights, and they are anti-large, and they would work nicely with these guys. Alright, I'm gonna risk it. And... okay, I think we're still okay. At least I hope we are. Alright, also while we're at it, since these are our first risen Black Knights, let's put a few names in there. 'Tis but a scratch. Oh, and we also gotta get some zombies. Almost forgot about that. That's pretty important for these defenses, and flesh wounders for you. Let's also then raise zombies to fill up the rest of the army, like so. Which puts us to, still not bankrupt. Beautiful. Alright. Well, let's see if you two can defend this. Too bad that this guy can't raise anything fancier, but nothing. Yeah, well. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Then, what was I going to do? Alright, continue the naming thing. So we got Black Grail Fanatics, Merryman of Mousillon. Let's get another one of these guys. You're gonna be Monty's Pythons. Makes sense for a snake-themed army to be in, or snake-themed unit to be in Mallobaude's army. Oh, the snails did their thing last time, so let's name our first snail. You, giant snail, shall be Escarghost. Fantastic name. Anyway, there we go. Alright, I believe that's all we gotta do with that. What is up next? We've got you. You're kind of... well, I guess now you have to sit here because we're gonna have to rebuild that as soon as we have money. And frankly, you can go back then to Mousillon. We're at 2307, just to check here. And, okay, that makes us a little bit of cash extra. Although the public order is... nah, it's fine, whatever. Alright, tech thieves. I think we have to preserve our cash, so we're not stealing, so we'll move you this way. You have 3 turns. Let's move you... I mean, I guess to the Empire, or even past the Empire towards these guys. They're on the approach, and they hate us even more than Throg does, I think. So we're just gonna have to deal with them as best we can. Alrighty. Then...
Soon I'll be all-powerful.
Alright, you're fine. Alright, right, you need a necromancer. Yeah, but we can't afford a necromancer right now. We can't afford anything. Let's check Diplo. Pirates of Sartosa want a non-aggression pact. Chevalier de Lyonesse want a military access, and they do like us reasonably well. And the Scourge of Cain wants peace. I'd love to do that, but only after we only have the gate left, probably. Just to see if they can give us a decent chunk of change. Alrighty, well, nothing else we can do about this, I guess. Let us skip the rest of this. We did the point to signing.
Loyal to the lion.
I guess we could assign some items to you two. Ah, but who's gonna get attacked? Alright, you can have the Fencer's Blades, pretty nice. What else do we have here? Obsidian Lodestone, not much. Charmed Shield will give us a damage resistance. Ooh, Glittering Scales. Alright, you can have the Charmed Shield and we'll give the Glittering Scales to you. How about that? Glittering Scales and... I don't know, Opal Amulet. I guess it doesn't really matter much. Glittering Scales, Opal Amulet, and actually Trickster Shard. This is all kind of temporary. I'm not willing to risk a Talisman of Preservation because there's a decent chance that, depending on who Throg attacks, they'll die. Enchanted item. We gave the other guy one thing. I guess you can have the Potion of Strength, whatever. And Hand Weapon, Giant Blade. Oh, it's bonus versus Infantry. We didn't have anything with Anti-Large, did we? Well, Fencer's Blades, or... I'll just take the Giant Blade. The other guy gets Fencer's Blades because you get the Glittering Scales. Let's do something like that. Alright, well, hopefully that's good enough, and you, my friend, are going to also have... Is there anything else we can give you? I guess we can give you the Obsidian Lodestone for now. Again, not willing to risk the Talisman of Preservation. Actually, risking the Fencer's Blades doesn't seem like the best idea. And, oh, right, we have a Lichbone Pennant as well. Alright, so who's more likely to get attacked here? Again, we have better units here, but you're in March stance, which the AI usually likes to take advantage of, and the garrison at Fort Bergbres is like half of that of Marienburg. I'm gonna bet and say that, Killian, you're the one who's gonna get attacked. Therefore, Lichbone Pennant for you. Maybe we should then give you the Fencer's Blades. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Fencer's Blades? Like so. Alright, these guys will have swapped. Alright, I believe that's it. We're ready to end the turn? I think so. Well, let's see. Watch Throg not attack anybody. Well, honestly, if he doesn't attack either one, then we simply send them both to chase him down. And later on, obviously, raise a few more dead to join up with that army. Actually, I think I want to swap troops between the two armies, because I like the look of the guy with the helmet a little bit more for leading the Black Knights and stuff. You are willing to pay us a little bit of cash for that military access, eh? I mean, we'll probably betray you later on, but why not take the money? Prevent the bankruptcy. Alright, Winter Tooth. Moment of truth. Moment of tooth. Oh, I'm so stupid. That's gonna be a good title for this episode. Anyway, oh wow. That is a, yeah, valiant defeat, casualties high. Can we even win this against this many trolls? Trolls, usually the best thing about them is that they have terrible leadership, but, well, Throggy gives them good leadership. On the bright side, I was correct about them attacking... There you go. I was correct about them attacking Fort Bergbres, but it does make sense because the garrison is trash. We do have a field treb, though. No, actually, the field treb will be completely useless against the trolls. Well, darn. Oh, well, I think that's all we got, folks, so let's jump on in for that moment of tooth. Alright, here we go. Now, unfortunately, I do have a little bit of bad news. This battle is a desync, as in it does not work cinematically. It may be because... I don't know if these are second-level towers or not, like whether the fort towers have been modified by the second level of the structure, which, well, any modification to wall health or tower damage or whatever causes desyncs, or whether it's because Throg has Executor or one of his minions has Executor or something. All I know is, unfortunately, it doesn't work. So we're gonna have to play it manually. Shame, but it is what it is. It is a rather dark map anyway, so we probably wouldn't have been able to see all that much. Now, I have to set the battle up, and I have to set it up in the exact same way that I set it up when I played it, if I can remember how exactly I did that. So let me just give it a shot. So to start off, we have a couple of zombies and a couple of men-at-arms at both sides. For the purpose of defending against the two units of Marauder champions that are here and here. Remember, Throg's entire army is based on giant piles of trolls. They have to go through the main gate and not through the, and not over the walls or clamber over the walls, which rather works in our favor, so we're definitely going to make use of that. And then we got our zombies, which are going to be pretty darn critical to the defense, as we're going to prevent the enemy from reaching the gate for as long as possible. No doubt they eventually will, but the longer they stay out there, the more time we have to use up our ammunition on our archers and use up the, well, do damage with the fort towers, essentially. Alright, you're gonna go right here, you're gonna fire on that. You two are going to go here. I'm gonna have you fire on Throg until he repositions himself. And then we're gonna have a unit of... I mean, technically we don't need them up there. Okay, I'm gonna assume that we don't. Alright, let's go one Men-at-Arms with polearms here, Men-at-Arms with polearms here, and last Men-at-Arms with polearms here. Bats are gonna wait in the wings, as I like to say. Then we've got the corpse carts, which are going to stay right outside the gates, but close to it, as they will be pretty critical to the defense once the enemy actually reaches same said gates. Similarly, we have our grave guard, which are gonna be critical to the defense. You're gonna go here, you're gonna go here, and then we'll keep one on each side in case the in case the units of Marauder champs do survive. You're gonna go here, you're gonna go here, and actually you're gonna face away. And you're gonna face away because it'll be faster to reposition if needed. Alrighty, then we have the Rose Lances, Regiment of Renown of Knights, which are only gonna come in handy very much later into the battles. So we're gonna move you in like this, and then we have you two more knights here, and 2 more knights here. Like so. We won't build any towers as yet, and I think that's all. Unless I'm mistaken, in terms of moving everybody, we got the men-at-arms position, we got the Graveguard positioned. I would like to turn off the skirmish mode from the range units, like so. And I believe that's it. Alright, let's get to it then. You guys, hit Throggy, you. Go for Throggy, you. Go for Throggy. That's pretty critical. Then we will start... somebody's getting damaged. With the Melkos mystifying my asthma. Fair enough. You attack this, and then you attack this. Oh, looks good to me. You target that unit of Marauder champions. And, ooh, Throg has just hit a unit of Graveguard with halberds with a bit of spell work. Alright, fair enough. Zombies, get out there. Actually, you know what? Let's summon a zombie unit out there. It's probably going to be faster to move this guy in rather than... the zombies, and let's start moving the Mortis engine out there as well. Alright, come on now. And summon. There you go, buddy. Alright, zombies are summoned. We got more zombies moving in. We gotta start making our way through the gate. The hurt unit of Graveguard, which got hit by the dwellers below, is gonna come out here. You are going to switch your targets immediately to that mage, because clearly the mage is going to be annoying us. I just gotta make sure we don't get our lord trapped. In fact, you can stay in here, pop off that ability, that miscast ability, while more zombies make their way outside. We don't need the corpse carts out there because they'll just get trapped, and I see Throggy is repositioning himself, so we will have to be careful. Summon another unit of zombies ahead, and then you reposition yourselves like so. And then you get ready to fire on Throg. You reposition and fire on Throg, and as soon as you're there, get ready to fire on Throg as well. Like so, like so. Then we gotta move the corpse cart out, or the Mortis engine out, and just keep those zombies going. Slaneshi giggle. Anyway, yeah, you guys keep firing on Throggy, maybe attack him a few more times, keep summoning those zombs. And, okay, you're firing on Throg, good. And, okay, the towers will have stopped at this point, but we're still looking okay. You, artillery piece. Switch target to these 2 units. The zombies are gonna keep holding as best they can, and we're gonna need that unit of Graveguard out here, so let's quickly pop off an Invocation of Nehek to heal them up a little bit. And, in fact, let's send this one out there to help the other ones out. Alright, Mortis engine, how are you looking? Alright, you're starting to take a little bit of damage to the cursed Etten. Let's get you back inside together with the Etten. And everybody else keep firing on Throg. Maybe one more set of zombies out here, like so. Alright, Mortis engine, just go back in and heal up. Ooh, Throg's gonna get his puke out, and well, as he does. And soon he will shatter, or at least break. And there we go. Throg is broken. You guys just keep firing on that unit of Marauder champions, while everybody else keeps firing on Throg until he drops. And just keep summoning zombies out there. We got another one coming in soon, hopefully. Alright, we still got a little bit of ammunition left, so we gotta keep using it, and it's pretty critical that we knock out that Bale Fiend. Alright, you, get ready to move back out there, maybe heal up that unit of Graveguard again. We are going to need to make sure to keep using it, and summon another unit out here, like so. Alrighty, and then you took some damage, so I'm gonna have you close the distance with these guys a little bit more. Alright, Graveguard, you're moving into position. We've got the artillery piece getting ready to fire upon you. Get the bats to chase these guys down. How are these guys doing? Looking pretty good, meaning we can reposition the Graveguard here. We got reinforcements coming in. And that dragon scale, very nice move. And that's why I wanted that Bitfimir Bale Fiend gone, because the Bale Fiend is the one holding the dragon scale. And well, the Etten's gonna be annoying as well, but keep targeting it best you can. Let's summon another unit of zombies though, just keep getting in its way, and then back you up a little bit. Get more zombies out there. Gonna be difficult to target the Bale Fiend, but maybe we send a unit of Graveguard to help out against it. Ooh, it's moved into the... hello. Hello, Mr. Bale Fiend. I've got some knights for you then. If you're gonna move into the main territory, looks like you're gonna go after the Graveguard. That's good for us. Alright, we need more zombies out here. Alright, how we doing? Zombies, and we reached 2,000. Beautiful, at last. Now we can summon a magic tower to help out while we keep going after that Bale Fiend. If we can get another set of Graveguard after it, that would be great. And the Lord. Go after the Bale Fiend as well, pretty critical. Bats are on their way, good. And you are the wrong type of knights. You're the damage type of knight, so I would prefer you not go in there. Alright, you guys. Hey, would you look at that? They have moved off of the walls and are attacking our Graveguard. Works for us, I suppose. And I'm just gonna make sure that the tower is still firing away. In fact, reposition the range units like so. You guys can keep firing, and you guys will need to reposition yourselves as well. So you position yourselves here, doesn't really matter. Alrighty, and okay, that unit is out. Where is that Bale Fiend? Okay, are you trapped out here? Yeah, you might be trapped out here. It's alright, just keep summoning zombies until you're home free, as it were. And as long as the Bale Fiend cannot cast again, we're fine. It looks like the Cursed Etin is pretty much out of the picture, and we can probably drop a few heals off on the knights shortly. In fact, yeah, just heal the knights. Alright, raise a few. How's our magic power looking? Alright, we're out of zombie summonings, but we do have more zombies out here, so we need to keep pushing them out there. Looks like the Etin is pretty much done for, and just gotta make sure we kill the Etin, and then back the knights out, because they're gonna be in our way. Alright, you're not really firing at anything, but that's fine. Artillery piece, you're no longer firing as well. I would like you to reposition and then start firing upon the Marauder horses. And, okay, we got a lot more reinforcements coming, but that's as it should be, I guess. Alright, looking good. Looking good, and no, where are you going? Where are you going? Don't do that. Go out of here, please. Turn off the lance formation, and Graveguard, you can move into where you can heal up. We're gonna have to rotate the Graveguard a lot, I'm sure. Where's that Bale Fiend? I see the Etin, I don't see the Bale Fiend. Maybe, hopefully dead, or at least out of the picture. Alright. And you're damaged, but you can reposition and fire as you are. That's not the Bale Fiend, is it? No, Marauder Hunters. Looking good. Alright. Now, zombies, keep on pushing out there. Keep on pushing. You keep trying to back off. Eventually, you should be able to back off, and then the Graveguard just sort of sit there. The enemies will eventually get to you. We just gotta get the other Graveguard in, especially the damaged ones, because they'll be, you know, sort of looped around the wall. You guys, reposition yourselves very, very slightly, or actually, stop fire, continue fire. Wait, is that an Etin? Yeah, it's an Etin, it's not the Bale Fiend. Hey, you're safe. Good job, zombies. That means the Rose Lances can now back out. And actually turn off the... Well, actually, no. Keep the lance on because it gives you additional mass. Makes you a little bit freer to move about. Alright, so you're damaged. You're damaged. You knights are still here and still fine. Enemies are still trying to make through the gate. And you can see why I was so focused on bringing down the enemy infantry. Because now that they're gone, what are they gonna do? Alright, bring down that Etin, would you? And then you bring down the Etin as well. Actually, why aren't you firing away? You'd think that they'd be on auto-fire. These guys have used up all their ammunition, and these guys have not, and these guys... I mean, I don't really care about the dogs. Alright, face this way, get ready to rotate with the other units. Alright, make sure all the other towers are functional. And it looks like they are. Alright, bats, let's back you off, and we got soon another tower ready to come up. You, get ready to move in. You, Mortis Engine, you're at full HP, and the Graveguard can still sort of stand out here. In a slight sort of formation, like so and like so. Rose Lances, you are mostly safe. Let's turn off the lance formation, put you back here, and then put you three just close enough here. And you're another hurt unit, ain't you? Alright, let's put you here as well. And get the hurt units in close by where they can heal. Enemies still milling around. We are soon going to run out of zombies, at which point they will start attacking the gate. Well, they've already damaged the gate at least slightly, but not so bad. What are you doing? Like, genuinely, what are you doing? Huh. Maybe it's the archers that are broken. I'm not entirely sure, but let's just keep attacking. All good. As long as there are zombies in the gatehouse, the enemy can't do much about it. Though that will end soon. Alright, a Mortis Engine, get a little bit closer. You don't have to get attacked, but you can move out to sort of, you know, apply your ability. We can even start sort of rotating through our Graveguard and send a few of them out there. Alright, let's also heal these guys up. There we go. Alrighty, and all the damage units will heal up nicely. You can also probably start moving forward. Or the healthy grave... Well, healthy. You know what I mean. Graveguard, get ready to move out there. And you're... on the wall. I didn't mean to do that. You shouldn't be on the wall. And then artillery piece, switch target to the cavalry out there. Good. Alright, you still got ammunition, though not for long. And then the same with you. Just get ready to continue firing. And how are those zombies in the gatehouse looking? Oh, you can actually sort of see what's going on down there. Not well, but you can. Alright, and I think that's pretty much our last sets of zombies. So we'll push them out there. And start pushing the graveguard out there as well. Alright, just gotta make sure we keep the Mortis engine and the 2 units of these guys, the corpse carts, close. And yeah, this is the big problem that you have when you have a giant pile of monsters. Ogres run into this somewhat, but while units will get in each other's way, so they're going to prevent each other from actually directly going after the gate or after any in particular targets, and on top of that, they're also going to... okay, which enemy range unit is attacking us here? Do you have ammunition? Oh, annoying. But nonetheless, it's probably better to waste our ammunition on our range units with firing at the trolls. Anyway, they get in each other's way, and then if they can't get through the walls, which the trolls at least have earth shaker, wall breaker, whatever the heck the ability is called, that allows them to get through. I don't know if Throg does, but he doesn't have it here. Which means he's got to go through that gate, which is still pretty okay. Actually, the gatehouse health is a little bit lower, probably because of stray shots from our artillery piece, which is still working away at the enemy. Alright, how are those graveguard looking? Still pretty okay, including the ones fighting. I guess there are still the remnants of the zombies out there. And you, Lord, just stick around. Don't need to do anything. Alright, I think it's time to speed this up. We've clearly seen the sort of concept, idea, etc. behind this. And just gotta stay nearby. Are these guys close enough to get hit by the reliquary binding? Let me just see here. They have the regeneration. Wait, do you need to be in melee to get these? Not the reliquary binding, the reliquary crush. Yeah, you need to be in melee, so you need to be close enough to attack the trolls. Alright, move out here, just don't get trapped out there. Alright, and then let's start moving some of the graveguard out there as well. Just towards the closest trolls. Send the Lord out there as well, it's fine. The knights would just get in each other's way, but they will eventually, most likely, be needed to run the enemy down, so let's set them up. These guys last because they're anti-infantry rather than anti-large. Get them ready to move. Though, there is another great use for the knights. If the enemy had broken through the gate, I would have switched the sort of situation, essentially, and to wherein we use the knight's mass to help block the enemy off. And this would be valuable because the enemy wouldn't be able to easily go through the gate either. We can get in their way just as much as they can, you know, get in ours. And they get in each other's way. And that's what we would do. Anyway, zombies, keep pushing out there. Don't let those trolls close the distance. Mortis engine, keep doing good work. Got only 13,000 damage, not a lot. But it's fine, the graveguard will do the work. And ooh, except this one, it's time for you. You are done. You are no longer going to participate in this fight because you reached your healing cap. Alright. And this is one of the great things about the defense with the vampire counts units. Take units, tire the enemy out, rotate units, etc. Works really well when there's a gate, especially. And the enemy is forced to go through it without infantry anyway. You just keep fighting, sir. And I think we want to overcast in the heck once there are units to make good use of it. I guess we could use it on you. Do it. There you go. Alrighty, and make sure to keep fighting. And back to speeding it up. If this guy starts dropping too low in HP, we'll send him out there. Again, I've already fought this, so I already know exactly how I'm going to be doing this. Anyway, Mortis engine, go out there. Do a little bit more work, and looks like another unit of trolls is out. Keep pushing forward. They're starting to take damage. Oh, there was another Etten out there. I gotta be careful about that. Alrighty, slow it back down, and see about the Etten. Okay, let's not have the Etten go after the Mortis engine. That would be tremendously bad. Back you away. Bat you away. Like so. And yeah, the Etten was kind of just standing in the shadow of the wall and not getting attacked by towers, so... yeah. The enemy doesn't know what to do with about half of their units. How's that gate looking? They will all rush it as soon as the gate is down, but not while we keep blocking it off. Alright, you're starting to get hit by the Etten. Let's back you out as well. Like so, and it looks like the Graveguard are looking pretty okay. Alright, speed it back up. And just keep an eye on the HP of the Graveguard. If they start taking damage, then we back them out again. And how are our tower constructions? Hey, we got more towers available. Again, the enemy hasn't really broken through, so it's not the most critical thing in the world, but may as well get them up and running. And the last one like so. I'm pretty sure the ones back there we can't fire through the gate anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but the Etten has an animation that kind of forces it to move forward, which ain't so great for it. Graveguard, focus the Etten. Lord, go, well, stand near the Etten, and support units, stay near it, and you are a healthy unit of Black Knights, go after the Etten. Speed it back up. Charge it, and turn off lance formation, and there we go. Everybody surround it and kill it. Like so. Lord, you could probably get a few hits in. We only have the base invocation of the heck, otherwise I'd be, using it a little bit more. Do we want to cast this? We don't have any power reserve left, but we may want to heal the... Okay, you're starting to take damage down, let's back you up. Alright, the Etten's dead anyway, so it hardly matters. Or at the very least, it's so tremendously hurt that it won't be doing too much else. And the Graveguard are just fine. Come on, there we go. Etten's brought down, and the Black Knights are going to back out. Alright, beautiful. All the zombies are... Oh, wow, there's still 2 zombies remaining. You know what? You guys are in the way now. You're not needed anymore. The Graveguard can serve the purpose of dealing with the rest of the poor trolls, which still can't manage to break down that gate, which is now at 7,000 out of 12,000 HP. But it won't be there for too much longer. Alright, and the Graveguard have started to push out of the settlement now. Alright, getting ready to move the knights in as well, and I guess the Mortis engine, anything that can give chase. You guys can be group 1, and... Alright, push out. Alright, go knights, especially the anti-large knights, and just fight them all. You get ready to heal everybody, especially the... Okay, let's push the Mortis engines out there. You get ready to heal the damaged Graveguard, which have... Also, by the looks of it, reached their healing caps, but hardly matters. Oh, you gonna miscast, man? Is this the time? Is this really the time? Bats, go kill the... I don't care. Kill something. As long as you're killing, I'm happy. That's my motto. Anyway, go here, and all the knights are out there. The artillery piece. Can we fire on anything that runs away? I don't think you're gonna be able to manage to hit the troll because your accuracy is too poor, but give it a shot. Alright, and everybody keep on moving forward. Like so, like so. Good, good. We gonna... That's not another Etten, isn't it? Oh, it's the Dreadmaw. Oh, I actually forgot that you were still here. Oh, poor AI. The Dreadmaw can actually use an ability to go through the walls, can't it? I'm pretty sure it can. But I guess with the gate unbroken, the AI... I mean, if it did, what would have happened? It would have surrounded and killed it in about 5 seconds. They are fairly fragile, after all. 41 melee defense. Alright, and there we go. With that, the enemy army will break and the battle will be ours. The Dreadmaw will escape because, it will escape, and we've got to separate our knights to try to run after any trolls that have escaped. You, for example. See if we can't catch you. Lord, keep going after this one, and good. Oh, lovely. Alrighty, and then we will chase you down. I mean... Trust me that I chased as many as I could here, but again, this is a second play because the replay doesn't function, so whatever casualties we inflict upon the enemy hardly matter here. Anyway, nice little defense. Throggy, you failed to get through that fort gate. Alright, there we go. It looks like that particular strategy worked, well, particularly well for us, as we were able to rotate through the Graveguard and get them back up to full HP. Every time they took damage, the 3 supporting units kept them healthy and dishing out additional damage, and the fact that the enemy only brought 2 units of units that were capable of climbing the wall. Well, okay, 3 units, counting the Marauder Hunters, but either way, they had a bad day. And while we were we sacrificed all those zombies, obviously that hardly matters. course. Now, we could heal the zombies, but I think I'd rather have the cash, considering we basically bankrupted ourselves for this defense. So, return the captives, and let's hope that we can chase Throggy down. Oh. You know what, I now realize that maybe I should have let him live, because if I had, we would have been able to get his defeat trait twice. For control... Ooh. Alright, I'm willing to sacrifice 1,000 gold. I'd rather not have the negative control. The growth would be nice, I do admit, but with the fact that we already have severe control debuffs thanks to the Sword of Cain, a tribute it is. Alright, the ally mission is successful for Throggy, and there's that defeat trait. And I get... Oh. Look at that, another little army, but it's in a march stance, and thusly, we should be able to bring it down. Alright, well, you're gonna reinforce. I assume they're together? Are they together? I can't actually tell. Actually, they're not that close. We should still be able to chase both of them down. Then, alright, fine. You go into march stance. I assume we can auto-resolve it. Well, I can't guarantee it, but we will find out in several seconds. You go here.
I obey.
Now... If this guy's gonna command the knights, then I don't know what exactly we're going to do with your skill points as compared. Yeah. Because we don't know. Okay, we'll get you Inspiring Presence, but I don't know exactly what your army's gonna look like yet. So we'll have Jasper here. Do you really have to go around this guy? Go this way. And then go after Eric. Like so. And Pyrrhic Victory, it'll kill off 4 zombies and probably damage... Alright, maybe we fight this as well. I mean, we'll probably still take decent damage on the zombies, but I'm kind of disinclined to severely allow the knights to get damaged. I don't like that casualty is high. So yeah, well, alright, fine, we'll fight it. We'll fight it.
Ha! They dare hope to best the might of a unified Bretonnia!
Yeah, I mean, it is a unified Bretonnia. Unified and undeath, but unified. So he's not wrong, let's say. Anyway, unlike the fort battle, there is no towers here or no buildings here to cause any desyncs, so now this will obviously be a cinematic fight instead. Here comes the main blob, and we're gonna spend a few seconds putting everybody together, and obviously sending the units of various knights out on the side. We will still probably have to deal with a fair bit of enemy toughness. It is a lot of very high-rank trolls, and this is probably why we want that sort of anti-large specialist army. Certainly could use raising a couple of terror geists to put into it with the other Black Knights and whatnot. I believe the Pegasus Knights and the Hellsteed Knights are also anti-large. We just can't raise them and have no access to them as yet, but we will eventually. Anyway, we're going to start the battle off by moving forward, and let's actually take a look at Mr. Jasper here. Again, looking pretty good. I love all the mixes of the different barding colors with the undead stuff. Honestly, Bretonnians look better undead than they look not undead, but that's probably true of pretty much everybody. Anyway, the other lord who, on the back of defeating Throggy, is going to go after the enemy Great Shaman Sorcerer, who is on top of a mammoth, he wishes, on top of a chariot, and thus it's going to, well, be something of an issue for him. He will drop a nice Searing Doom upon our blob of zombies and such, which are in the front of the line, but, well, we don't really care about that. The enemy will have to go through the zombies with their trolls, then through the skeleton warriors, and then, only then, reach the grave guard with halberds, who, you gotta admit, look pretty darn fantastic. I mean, I guess I love all Graveguard types and Vampire Counts or Bretonnian type. They all look great. Alright, well, it's time for the enemy to close the distance with at least some of our units while we distract as many enemies as we can and allow the Rose Lances to charge on in. Rose Lances also look pretty great. Looks like they use a similar color scheme to the Cantankerous Bellons, the yellow and purple combination. And you have them charge in, do a little bit of damage on the back of these zombies, distracting the trolls, insofar as they did the same against Throggy. And then we will just ride around charging enemies. We still have a Lord to kill after all, and those Searing Dooms, as well as those whatchamacallums, Gehenna's Golden Hounds will certainly be an issue for our blobs of units. So, I'm going to surround that chariot, and gotta prevent it from moving after all. And it looks like the undead knights of the realm are going to do their job here. It will also allow Killian to close the distance from one side and Jasper to close the distance with the other. Unfortunately for the Lord, the chariot is a big target, so everybody whacking away at it will bring his HP down to 30% rather rapidly. And a few more hits, I'm sure, will bring him down. Oh, he did manage to actually kill off a couple of the Black Knights with lances and barding. Unfortunately for him, we got more where that came from. No more casting Mr. Shaman. And down he goes. Beautiful. Alright, all the while the trolls are still distracted, absolutely murdering and pulverizing the giant piles of zombies, but this is what makes the vampire count scary. The endless tide of undead. And I think I said it in the first, or one of the first episodes, but just imagine how many Bretonnian peasants are buried in unmarked graves all over the land. Bretonnia is a pretty evil good faction at the best of times, and well, there's plenty of dead to raise, especially in Mousillon, which, you know, reasons. Anyway, looks like now the knights are closing the distance with the trolls. It would quickly tear through the units that were distracted by the giant pile of zombies and skeletons here, and there are others that are distracting other piles of units. Marauders and Marauder Bearmen are also fighting back to back, and surrounded by the various types of undead. Perhaps having showed up in... well, I guess they didn't really... well, I was about to say, having showed up in Bretonnia, they're not really in Bretonnia, but I was going to say that perhaps they weren't expecting this many undead here. And perhaps they don't quite enjoy fighting them either. One of the really nice things about undead armies is if you listen to the fighting, the bearmen, the marauders periodically scream and go, ah, and whatever, as do living armies in general, but the undead just fight silent, only the clash of weapons and the tireless resolve. Anyway, the bounce power shifts to 90% in our favor. Just a little bit more work through the Marauder Bearmen and the zombies, and it looks like the Norscan trolls and the other trolls, and it looks like the trolls are starting to take damage. That probably means they've worked through a decent number of the zombies at this point, and probably a decent number of these skeleton warriors. And the Graveguard with halberds are starting to come in and dish out damage. And plenty of armor-piercing damage at that, so yeah. This is what playing undead is all about. Outnumbering the enemy in horrific terms, and they're much more elite troops killing thousands upon thousands of your guys, and it not mattering one bit. Alrighty, there we go with that. The last of the trolls breaks, and this battle is ours as well. These two have made a pretty solid debut, and I'm excited to see what kinds of things they will achieve over the course of their campaign as they get their own armies. One, once again, anti-large specialized to make an errantry into Norsca and destroy Throg's empire, and we'll have to figure out what we want to do with the other one. Beautiful. Did he just decapitate that troll? Well, no. Something flew. Anyway. Ooh, a couple of nice item pickups. Helmet Discord and, well, okay, we don't really care about the Power Stones so much, but it is something. I mean, it's usable until we turn it into something better. Either way, a nice little fight where Knights did get a little bit hurt, but they obviously did plenty of damage, as did our Mortis engine, and those additional units of trolls are destroyed. Once we complete sort of the purpose-built anti-large army, we're going to send it to fight Throg in particular. Hellsteed for Killian, sure. Channeling staff, sure as well. Are you able to reach? Just barely. Okay, just make sure that you don't get in his way. Like so. And close victory. You gotta be kidding. Oh! Because, really? Throg died and most of his army died and the Wa remains? Gets kind of silly, but whatever. How to resolve it. Okay, we're not fighting it again. Damage though we may be, and hey, a potion of healing. Nice pickup. Let's go for, well, still return captives because we can't, do anything with it. March stance. You can. We're still gonna suffer attrition here because there's chaos corruption, and in fact, the chaos corruption is taking a long time to go the heck away.
Great honor.
And you go here. Just get as far away from the enemy as possible, generally speaking, I guess. Like so. Alright, hopefully you two are not so far from each other that if something comes out of somewhere and attacks you, you'll die. But anyway, we'll see. Potion of healing for Jesper. I don't know if you've earned this. Keep it for now. I'm gonna redo their items later on. War coordination target lost. Guess we got a new war coordination target. There's another full stack here, most likely. Alright, well, we'll have to prepare our army for it. Let's select you and you. Like so. Alright. We need to fix our cash. Frankly, I wasn't going to build 2 armies here, so in theory we only need the 1. I guess it's going to be this guy because, I mean, it is both of them, but one of them for now until later. And we still need to raise some dead here. If that's been dealt with... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Now there's a frickin' rogue army. Enemies. Oh, we keep moving away with the Mallobaude, and these jerk faces appear just as we... Ugh. Okay, well, we can't just leave them there. They'll eventually declare war and kill all of our units, so go to Torquarale, I suppose. It's not like we could trade it to the elves now since they're gone. I'm just gonna have to deal.
What?
You go sit in Torquarale and then you hunt that annoying little army down, and then I guess we'll move through these guys' territory then, since we're all the way back here again. Alright, Veronique. First of all, you do need a necromancer pretty badly, because you're not healing very well, but do we have room, space for a necromancer? We do not. And also I don't particularly like these traits for you in, well, particular. It's the best way to do that. We could get rid of one of the tech thieves. You have, what, 2 more turns? Can you reach Weissmund? Oh, and of course the Nemesis Crown is approaching just when we... Okay, just whatever, go up to Weissmund anyway. Maybe steal from Mailheart. What was I saying? I was saying that the Nemesis Crown is approaching just as we had to move away because of this. I guess we could send Veronique there, but somebody has to be near the Wood Elves right now. The Wood Elves are fighting the Dwarves. Okay, if we annoy the Dwarves, that may help fix our relationship with the Wood Elves and delay the fight, essentially, which would be a good thing. Get your wound, I guess, and then take off that corpse skirt, because we're not paying for it, because screw that. Alrighty, and the other tech thief is not on a mount. Good. Alright, you two stick around, as you are, essentially. You're gonna have to go back and heal, and you're also gonna need necromancers. Yeah, okay, we're in desperate need of additional lich yards. You are gonna go here. Oh, you're already here. Build this, the auction house, because it's not expensive and will raise our cash, but the Vampire's Keep is a little bit much right now. And I'd love to upgrade this, but similarly, I don't think we can afford it right now. Despite the fact that there are some nice things there. Alright, I guess you're gonna move northward to Blackstone Post. It'll be a little bit more expensive, but we can build a lich yard, well, or a farm here. Just upgrade stuff, do stuff, build stuff, etc. Yeah, we need necro capacity. I guess, how much would it cost to build? Well, we need the tier 2 in order to build it, so we could build one at Torcar. It'd be expensive. Frankly, it might be better to just build the farms here. Also, you go chase down Corvicish, and then you'll hit Nocrisith. Oh wow, he's healing well. How to resolve? And well, you can't really heal, so I assume you can't reach. Yeah, you can't reach. All right, so just stay here. You don't need to channel, but you can heal to full because you actually do have a necromancer. Anything to... Ooh, another dreg. Nice. Oh. You know what? It's critical that we upgrade the Shady Township at the Shrine of Cain. We need to build it up. And another Gravedigger, also nice. Since you're going to be the one left to command, I guess we'll give you the dreg. Oh, you already have a dreg. Wait, were you the one that got the dreg? Well, good for you. Alright, fair enough. And these guys will probably lose a fight against whoever. I wonder if we could send one of these guys out to grab these 3 islands in quick succession. Maybe pick up a little bit of cash while they're out there. And yeah, Veronique, desperate need of a necro, but you don't have one available. I guess the question is, what do we do with you then? You know what? Go back for a time to Bordelot, heal there best you can. If we're going to attack these guys, we have to essentially commit and attack them with multiple armies. If we can delay further the inevitable war against the Wood Elves and all of these guys, then that would work out well for us. I don't really care about fighting these guys, it's just that it's inevitable that we do, you know what I mean? Especially since Mallobaude got sort of forced to be brought back there. Anyway, we've no money. Well, we can't delete this guy. Yeah, I should have put them together in one army and then done that in one turn, and I don't think we should delete all of these guys. And you know what? Since we're going to redo the items anyway, lose all of this. We'll redo that. You can do the same. We'll lose all of this. And you're going to be deleted so we can, or at least for now, because of the supply line, so we'll do that. We don't really need any of this anymore. I mean, I guess we could use skeleton spears in place of grave guard for now. So let's keep the 4, but we'll delete the... Actually, would we want to delete the zombies? It'll be exactly 4. You don't want the peasant bowmen, though. And frankly, we probably don't need both types of corpse carts. We just need necromancers, but we need capacity for necromancers. Alright, get rid of the zombies, even though they're not really costing us anything. You know, just keep them. And just in case you get attacked. You never know, right? Alright, skip, and turn. Let's see what happens there. Ooh, and I see Arbol the end of... Oh, lord. He's got 2 full stacks here. Yeah, I want to send Mallobaude here, not deal with the bloody... Maybe the Dreadfleet won't attack us, I don't know. There's clearly good fights to be had here since Altdorf itself is under threat. 2 full stacks of corn with Arbol and one of them by the looks of it. And the Nemesis Crown. There's stuff. Ooh, construction complete port. Alright, and of course that stupid little army ran away, and we don't know where it went. Alright, it's here. The question is, can we chase it down and kill it? Guess we're about to find out. Go kill it. It has to be destroyed. And... okay, well, these guys are not going to like the trespassing, but that's life. Declare war. Auto resolve. It's going to damage our force, I take it. Yeah, somewhat. Well, the healing is basically insignificant, so we'll take the money. Huh, look at that, they got another little rogue army there. We could easily take Bergbres with an auto-resolve because there's basically no garrison there. But it would mean immediately war declaration upon these guys. And these guys might attack us at Tordranil immediately after destroying these guys, which means we'd have to manually fight the battle at Tordranil. Though, frankly, there's a good chance that they attempt it anyway. And did we just encounter a faction? Let me just see here. Factions encountered the Drowned. How do the Drowned feel about us? I would prefer not to get into a war with them immediately. Oh, wow, they're doing really well as well. Huh. Generally speaking, Undead are doing pretty well. They don't like our treaties with the Chevalier de Lyonesse. Again, how are you aware of the Chevalier de Lyonesse at all? They're super far from you, guy. Oh.
The performance will start.
Well, let them keep fighting. I wonder if they're allied with the other, with the Dark Elves. Yeah, I feel like we really need to break the treaties with the Chevalier. They will themselves break them eventually. And we are trading with them and getting 600 gold per turn, which we can't lose at this time. And gotta keep that. Alright, we'll fight this in a second. And Veronique. Okay, well, if we commit, we have to commit. Maybe if we do enough damage quickly, we can loop back around to getting Arbol. And he's level 44, significantly higher than Mallobaude as well. A little bit disappointed that he's going to take Altdorf because I wanted to grab that tier 5, but oh well. Actually, the Empire's probably going to fall without our intervention. They've got 7 territories left. Mistland and Nuln is still around. Ooh, I wonder if we can get the Blood Keep landmark at Wissenland, at Nuln. That's another reason to go down there, isn't it? Alright, either way, you go to Karlberg. You too. Okay, I'd love for you to chase these guys down. We can't do that right now. So, Jasper, have you go into Marienburg. Then we're gonna have Killian swap units in regular stance, I guess. Like so. Lose the zombie. Wait, the wrong thing. Lose the everything actually from here. Actually, keep the spears. Damn it. You do this. Trade these guys, trade the knights, trade the mortis engine and the corpse carts, and oh, I guess you can keep all the zombies. Oh, actually, I didn't realize I had screwed that up. Okay, just don't lose the zombies then. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then merge.
Great honor or
Merge. We're only temporarily keeping them, but, you know. Alright, and I took 4 of... Oh, I didn't merge the last one. Huh? Wait. Did I miscount? Apparently I miscounted. You should just take the other zombies and just merge them all together. Alright, take these guys. Merge the ones that are less HP I want to get to see immediately. Arbol will probably declare war on us within the next couple of turns. Alright, there we go. And then you need your Necromancer desperately as well. Yeah, the Lichards have to take priority. Alright, good enough. And then you, sir, are going to be gotten rid of now. I mean, unless we want to move back here, briefly raise some dead and then ferry them to Jasper. Well, actually, he could just raise them himself if he wanted to. Alright, so let's delete this. Then you are going to be reset. But you'll be back, especially since you have Troll Hunter. You will then want to go acquire Troll Hunter. We can raise dead, but I'm willing to bet that maybe we should wait the turn. We can get a couple more of those Graveguard, and whatever else we want in here. Yeah, Skeleton Spear is generally not the best choice for one of these guys, mostly because we'll want... Okay, let's upgrade our Graveguard, though. Alright, mostly because we'll want the Graveguard, and if you're gonna use Skeleton Spears and Warriors, you may as well use a Necro for that particular purpose. United We Stand, that's the Morsleeps Howlers who have been destroyed. Tech Thief 1 and Tech Thief 2, wound. And you can still move. 47, okay, that's not great. Do these guys have another territory? They do have Xerxilin. Oh, let me guess, the Ogres don't like us? Who does? You got 11 turns, so you can just sit here for a turn, plus it'll save us on a little bit of cash. You are going all the way up to Blackstone Post. And, well, much as we need the Lichards, we also need the money pretty desperately. So, you are going to now upgrade some stuff to give us cash. Okay, maybe not that, because it's expensive. Get the field, and then here, I guess, get the field as well. Yeah, go for fields. And we're up to 4k, and then you can upgrade this to the next level. Probably not worth it. I mean, it'll pay for itself in... it's a plus 100, so it'll pay for itself in 20 turns, meaning it's a little bit too much right now. And despite the fact that our supply lines are a little bit better, and we still couldn't afford this guy. So then the only question is, do we attack these guys for now, or do we let them continue dealing with what they're dealing with? I suppose the benefit of not attacking them right now is it'll allow them to actually build up these territories, which are yellow territories, and would be super expensive. Alright, I'm going to risk them attacking us, and we're going to move back out to sea and not take Torivres right now. And Cedric can either sort of police this territory or even go out at sea and grab some islands while he's out here. I do also wonder who's out here. I guess we'll find out. I don't see Slaneshi corruption there, so Morathi's probably not there. Anyway, you are good. Veronique is good as well. Ish. If we don't commit to this, then we don't need you down here. I'm just so wary of the Wood Elves attacking, but maybe it's time to declare war on the Empire then. So you can move through Helmgard. Alright, good luck to you. Go here.
Follow me.
And I hope I don't regret this. We saw these guys move around with 4 armies, but they're not sticking around on our borders in the way that Durthu is, so maybe we're safe from them. Maybe. Is this a minor settlement or a field battle? Looks like a field battle to me, and by the looks of it, a very quick one. Do we have time for this? Kind of not really. But go.
Sylvania rules the night.
Alrighty, here we go. Sylvania rules the night. It'd be funny if they had changed that to Bretonnia rules the night, but anyway, here we go. Unlike the last time we fought Nokrasith and the Dark Elves of the Scourge of Cain, we don't have to do anything fancy with our crypt ghouls and such, hide them or anything like that, just charge into the enemy and get to work. The Draco Leech will lead the, third recently acquired unit of the Crypt Horrors into the center of the enemy blob. And pretty much everywhere, snails, horrors, ghouls, greymen, everybody will work together to overrun the enemy ranks. Still find it a shame that these guys' ability just seems broken. I wonder if it's any of the other mods that are doing this. The intensity isn't going up. Well, okay, these guys haven't really taken damage, but, you know, we've seen it many a times where they've gone down to like 20% of their HP and have had no additional physical resistance off of that, so what can you do? Now, once again, I do gotta say, I really like the orange color scheme on the Dark Elves. And I don't like orange on, well, many other factions, but it really works with these guys. Probably because of the sort of highlights of the gold and the, you know, dark steel that I've said before. Anyway, the battle is very nearly ours, all ready to bounce back, right about 80%. And well, we're winning the battle everywhere, simply overrunning the enemy, but that's hardly unexpected here. We've got the also great combination of poisons and noxious odor, or whatever it is, to go for a massive slowing down and reduction in movement speed of all the enemy units. That's at least where we're in contact with them. With our main host, not our zombies, obviously. Speaking of the zombies, the enemy has witch elves and or sisters of slaughter, I believe, here, and we summon zombies on top of them. They can freely just slaughter their way through just tons and tons of them, and it won't matter a bit. 177 kills so far on the unit of witch elves, but all repeated zombie summons. And thus they're not delivering a lot of damage to any of the other things. Alright, Doomfire Warlocks also in the fight, and they did do a bit of damage with their Doom Bolts, summoning down the Doom Bolts on top of the heads of our non-summoned zombie units, but all good. The Draco Leeches in the meantime defeated the enemy Lord. Unfortunately, the Lord has chosen a Cold One mount rather than be on foot, which gives the Draco Leech, which is still kind of funny looking, gives the Draco Leech the ability to use its anti-large capabilities. There we go, and in lieu of a Terrorgeist, it worked out fairly well. Alright, the snails, they still make me laugh every time. Adorable little guys. There we go, snails snailing around, battle is ours. There we go, the Scourge of Cain is pretty much done. Alrighty, there we go, a solid, very solid fight that saw the sort of mostly living but disgusting swamp army do pretty darn good work. I do believe the combination of the foul odor or whatever that all the swamp creatures have in combination with the poisons that the crypt units have is just plain fantastic. I do miss the lethal poison on the crypt ghouls from SFO, but oh well. We could also maybe use frostbite in this army, and it's certainly something to consider later on. For now, though, we will occupy the place and complete Nagaroth. We don't need the defiled cairn here. And we will go for not harvest corpses, but foster terror as we build this place up. Alright, and can we see who's over here? Oh, right, it's the oh, right. Yeah, because that might actually like us well enough. Mother Estankia, you, will you... and oh, they are fighting the Cult of Pleasure. Alright, so the Cult of Pleasure are still alive, but okay, I'm not willing to give you 2k, but we will trade with you, and you will then give us money instead, and hopefully you'll become friendly enough to... for us not to fight you. Honestly, if they had any presence here, I would have just been happy to give them Ulthuan, but anyway, I digress. With that, we are definitely out of time, and I'm calling it here. Next time we try to move towards Altdorf, Arbol, and Throt by the looks of it, and the Nemesis Crown. Why not get some more faction-wide debuffs to screw our campaign up even more, and just get more enemies. I believe at the final level, the Nemesis Crown is a -60 relationship with all factions, so eventually it'll be all the world against us, though for now, I mean, right now it already basically is, just a few factions that aren't directly at war with us. It'll be fun. And more vamps to come. Stay tuned, don't forget to leave those likes and comments below. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.